Hey everyone, Dana here. Guten Morgen. Good morning. It is a beautiful, crisp fall morning here in Munich today.
Just a second. It's still summer. On the 23rd of September, the fall begins.
Look.
I count summer today.
I don't care if it's technically summer. I'm wearing like an ear cover thing here because my ears are sensitive to the cold and it is cold enough that it would bother my ears. So for me, that's not summer.
So for you, fall begins on the 1st of September.
No, for me, fall is a feeling and it's not about the calendar date. If it's September and it's cold, you know, then it can be fall. So yeah, it's a beautiful, crisp fall morning here in Munich. Stefan and I have started out the day with a walk. Stefan works from home 2 days a week. Works from home. Stefan also refers to it as home office, and I think other people in Germany also refer to it as home office. And I say this like other people in Germany because at this point, I'm really confused about my English. A home office sounds really right, but I don't know if that's right because in German, a lot of English is used. I recently did a video with Kari from Easy German about how English is used in German. I think it's awesome that different languages take from other languages. Like in English, there are so many words from other languages. Just off the top of my head, there's like Gesundheit and Angst and bouquet and ballet and accessories. I think that was mostly French and German.
Yeah.
But there are so many different words in English from other languages, and I think that's awesome that German also has like words from other languages in it. But sometimes that causes me confusion because I can't always keep straight if a word that's in English and German is actually used that way in English. For example, partner look. In German, partner look is used if like you wear the same kind of clothes as someone else. But in America, in English, we don't say partner look. As far as I know, we would just say like you're wearing the same clothes as someone else. Or a home story. In Germany, a home story is if like reporters or journalists or a TV crew comes to, you know, the home of a celebrity and interviews them in their home and looks at where they live. That's called a home story. But we don't use that English term in the US. So yeah, I don't know if home office is like a pseudo-anglicism in German or if we actually say home office in the US. Let me know down in the comments, do you use home office to refer to working at home? Also USB stick. That was one that was mentioned in the video with Kari. I say USB stick now, but I don't know if I used to say USB stick. I think it was flash drive, but I'm not sure.
What are you doing?
I'm showing you, you can see my breath. If you can see my breath, then it's fall.
No, I can't see
It's
your
not
breath.
summer.
No, I can't see your breath. But the battery is about to die.
Yes, we're playing battery, like quick, take a shot here, turn off the camera, the battery's gonna die because I forgot to bring an extra battery. My mom made my purse. It's got like an awesome lining on the inside, and my mom made my leg warmers. So thank you, Mom. This was part of my birthday present this year. All right, we are back at home now, and yeah, so basically I
ran out of battery.
Yeah, the phone ran out of battery, but also camera, language. This is exactly what I'm talking about, except not exactly what I'm talking about. Can we start over? We're back at home now, and it's time for breakfast. And yeah, basically it's just, I've noticed that I have struggled now with like not always knowing if an English word is actually used in English in the US or not, because I've gotten so used to hearing it here in Germany. And then I'm like, wait, do we say that in the US? Whereas when I first moved to Germany, I mean, I noticed right away when Germans would say partner look or home story or showmaster and old timer and handy. I noticed right away, whoa, we don't use that English word. Nowadays, I'm not always so sure because I've gotten so used to hearing them.
And you have been living so long here?
Yeah, I've been living like approximately 9 years in Germany. So I've gotten really used to hearing these pseudo-anglicisms in German. I'm not the only one with language issues. I have also noticed with Stefan that his phone doesn't know what language to talk to him in. Is there some way to set it up to tell it? But the thing is, you speak English and German, so I think it gets confused.
I have it set up so that it understands German and English.
Oh.
But it gets confused when I ask it something in my English. It thinks I'm speaking German and then it adds answers in German.
Another thing that I've noticed about my English, as far as like my English is falling apart goes, I feel like my idioms are getting rusty. I love idioms, so this is like really hard for me. I love sayings. I find them so fascinating. I find it so interesting to look at sayings in different languages and think about what that might say about the culture of the people who speak that language. But yeah, living here in Germany for so long and speaking English with a lot of non-native English speakers, I just am not getting as much exposure to sayings and idioms in English as I would living in the US surrounded by native English speakers. That's not like to be a diss or anything like that. It's just, you know, in German, I also don't use as many sayings and idioms as I do in my mother tongue because those are hard to learn. You really have to learn each saying and idiom individually. If you get any little part of the saying wrong, then suddenly it could have a different meaning or it could not make sense at all. I've found that that's what I'm struggling with in English now. Like, I really do feel like my English idioms are kind of rusty. Sometimes when I'll go to say an English idiom, there'll be like a second in my head where I'm like, is that the right idiom? Am I mixing up two English idioms there? Or maybe am I like combining a German saying with an English saying to have like this weird German-English idiom hybrid? There are instances where I've had to call my mom and be like, Mom, what's that saying about the that and the this? And yeah, I still love sayings and idioms and I still find them super interesting. Just yesterday, I learned a new like slang word in English. Even as a native speaker, I'm still learning new things about my own language. And this was an American slang. I learned that to hot dog something is to like perform something to try to impress other people, but it's something that's like kind of dangerous or risky. I had never heard that, to hot dog something. Have you ever used that? Let me know down in the comments. So yeah, if you move to a foreign country and start learning that language, be prepared that some parts of your own native language might kind of fall apart. But that's all part of the like fascinating, interesting joy of moving abroad. Yeah, sometimes it's frustrating, but in the end, I find it more fascinating and interesting than it is frustrating. And the last thing that I want to mention in this video is I mentioned earlier in the video some German words that we use in English, and I just wanted to mention a few more. So we use kitsch in English, that's a German word. We also use kaputt, but the English word kaputt is only spelled with one T, while the German word kaputt is spelled with two T's. And we also use rucksack, but it's pronounced, as I said, you know, a little differently, rucksack versus in German rucksack. And a rucksack in English is a more like heavy-duty backpack. Backpack is the word we would use for a normal backpack. Backpack in the US, a rucksack is what we would call like a big backpack that you would take maybe on a camping trip or hiking in the mountains, you know, one of those bigger backpacks. So my question for you is, what is your favorite pseudo-anglicism in any language? So words like handy and showmaster. I think in French, maybe there's also footing. I believe that's for jogging. And have you ever experienced it that you have learned another language, and then you find yourself sometimes using pseudo words, but you use them in your own native language now. So for example, like me saying in English, I can't find my handy. Or like German speakers. Any German speakers start to use Rucksack in the English way, but in German, like wo ist mein Rucksack? Please let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy my videos, you can subscribe to my channel. You can give a like with the like button, ring the notification bell so that you don't miss my new videos. And a really, really, really big thank you so much to our patrons on Patreon who help make these videos possible. Thank you so much for your support. If you would like to check out our Patreon page, you can find a link to that down in the description box below. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen!